Hey guys, this is the Real Quaid with another gym battle video for you. I'm against illsavetheinternets this time. I can't remember if I had a video against him or not. This is actually the third time we fought, and each time it's been pretty interesting. So I'm starting to know his team pretty well. I know his Scrafty is a bulk up. I know his Flygon has a Scarf, standard Porygon 2, a Guts Swallow, a Technician Breloom. The Reuniclus is one that I hadn't seen. This is the first time he brought it in. I think he avoided using it just because of all the bug Pokemon I have. So this is a pretty good battle. It didn't really go the way I had planned when I started. Obviously, my game plan is always to get Venomon out and just start passing Quiver Dances around and Sleep Powders and so on. But it didn't really go that way. I always am afraid of, specifically with his team, with the Swallow, just because it can protect and sort of ruin my plans. But so I believe with my Tentacles, try to get the Toxic Spikes up. He's got his bulk up Scrafty out there, so sure enough he's going for the bulk up. Now I know from previous battles that this Scrafty, I think it's primarily bulky, because he's been at +1 and crunched my Yanmega, and Yanmega has survived pretty easily actually. So I just go for the Air Slash, kind of hoping for a flinch, not expecting it, but it doesn't come, which is fine. He's going to crunch me. Like I said, even though he's at +1 and gets stab on it, I think most of, if not all of his IVs are on the defensive side, because Yanmega takes it like a champ. Doesn't even worry about it. So he's going to be in bad shape. He's going to be forced to switch him out or lose him. And he makes a good switch into Porygon 2 here, which is it's actually a really good switch because he grabs my Tinted Lens, which means he's got perfect neutral coverage now, basically, with his Bolt Beam combos, what have you. So I was kind of hoping for a Reuniclus switch, but he went to Porygon 2, so I got a little bit of damage. So I decide to Roost, not fearing anything Porygon 2 is going to come at me with. I know he's not download, so Tri-Attack's the only one that's going to do real big damage to me. If he tries a Discharge or an Ice Beam, it's going to be a neutral attack against Yanmega once he's on the ground. So just taking a free turn to basically gain some time back. So I'm not really sure what he's going to come at me with, so I bring in my Medicham. He's going to be able to take one neutral attack, whatever it is. I'm really hoping he doesn't paralyze me, because that'd be a real problem for my Scarf Medicham, kind of defeats the point. So basically use it to scare him out. He brings out his Reuniclus, which is a pretty predictable move. So I was coming at him with my jump kick, just on the off chance that he kept the Porygon 2 in. So it was kind of big damage, I guess, for Reuniclus. But there's no point keeping Medicham in at this point. He's Scarfed, he's going to get his attacks. So I'll just switch out Scissor. Doesn't really fear anything Reuniclus can offer because he doesn't learn any fire moves. So he's going to take that Psychic like a champ, no problem. And then I'm not sure exactly what his plan is at this point, so I figure I'll play it safe and go for the U-turn. He actually kept Reuniclus in. I don't know if he was expecting me to outpredict him and go for a Bullet Punch, or if he didn't think that it would take as much damage as it did. But Scissor hits so hard that Reuniclus just drops like a stone, no problem. So it kind of puts me in an unfortunate switch because the U-turn landed the knockout, so he's going to see what I have. So I decided to leave my Venom off, basically getting a reset, expecting a Swallow to come out, kind of baiting it, and sure enough, here comes Swallow. So this is where we both kind of outpredict one another. I expected a Protect. I don't know if he expected me to expect a Protect, but he actually came at me with a Brave Bird. So because I thought he was going to Protect, I decided to actually Quiver Dance up in this situation. But you see, the Brave Bird did great damage. Venomoth survived with the Focus Sash, as usual, but I went for the Quiver Dance because if he would have protected, I would have been perfectly safe. But now I have to do something about this. He's toxic, he's going to be able to Facade. My targets for the Baton Pass in this situation are not, they're all neutral to Facade, and I don't want to take great damage from the Swallow, so I figure I'll just go for it, and it managed to finish him off. So even though it was resisted because of the Tinted Lens, it's actually technically a neutral attack. So I knew I was going to outspeed him, his defenses were bad, so I just went for it and worked out. So he brings out his Breloom. I knew a Mach Punch was coming. I sent out my Medicham to resist it. I'm banking that free switch for later in the match, because I know Venomoth has basically done its job. The Toxic Spikes, are they out? No, they aren't, because Breloom would have been poisoned, so... But I know that Toxic Spikes are going to do some good damage to his team, so... I just figure I'll keep my Venomoth around in case I need a free switch at some point. So, I bring in my Tentacruel. I was kind of worried about what Breloom was going to do. Sorry, going to do if he had a Bolt Seed or something, but I kind of expected to switch into Scrafty, but I knew he was low on health. I forgot how much damage that my Tentacruel doesn't do to this thing, which kind of leads me to believe that he's fully invested on the special side, just because Tentacruel does nothing to him and he doesn't do a whole lot of damage, so he's definitely bulky, probably more specially than Ice Blue, which makes sense because he's a health type, so... And you're gonna see even he predicts correctly on the switch to Yanmega, but still it doesn't do anything really. Yanmega doesn't mind at all. So I've already made this mistake once, trying to put some offense on the field when he's got his Scrafty out there. So I decide that I'll just roost, get another free health. You know, Yanmega's gonna be the key to knocking out that Scrafty. Rhianoclus is down, so I don't need to worry so much about that one, but... and also the Breloom as well, because he's gonna double resist anything that Breloom can do, so no sense keeping him against Porygon 2. Here comes the free switch I was talking about. I could have played mind games, whether he was going to do Ice Beam or Thunderbolt, you know, switch to either Nidoking or Tentacruel, but I didn't want to play that game. I figured I'll just let him have it. And if I would have predicted wrong, this is a pretty critical mistake. I had forgotten that I already knocked out his Rhianoclus. I expected another switch into it, so I went for the trick to try to trick my Star Punch Rhianoclus. I should have just went for a high jump kick and finished him off, but it was a stupid mistake. It kind of worked out okay. He doesn't have Eviolite, so he doesn't have the bulk that he usually has. So I figure he's gonna fear a superpower or something and try to switch out Porygon 2, but if he doesn't, he keeps him in. Scissor's gonna get a U-turn and give me a beneficial switch. I actually don't have very much that's a good matchup against this Porygon 2 right now. My main Porygon 2 killer was just finished because of a stupid mistake, so I know he's locked into Ice Beam at this point, so I go for Tentacruel. And I believe this is the point where I set up the Toxic Spikes on the field, if I remember correctly. I figure he's going to switch into Scrafty, which of course he does, because I can't do anything to it. No, I actually came at him with an Ice Beam again. I think I was fearing the Breloom and the Flygon more than anything. But that's okay. So Scrafty's back out again. I believe... What do I do at this point? No, I did come at him. I figured he was low enough, maybe I'll get lucky with a burn or lucky with a crit. I've been switching a lot, maybe he would just come at me with a crunch, but he actually rests at perfect timing. I did get lucky with the burn, but it doesn't matter. He's going to get rid of all of that. And it actually worked out quite nicely for me now, because the Scrafty is now out of commission, at least temporarily. We've had, in the 2 previous matches we've had, they've been very unfortunate, because his Shed Skin ability has basically fired off, like, all of the time. I think before this match started, I think he was at about 70% accuracy with his Shed Skin. He just kept healing his status abilities. So now it's kind of catching up to him. Scrafty's still taking a nap. He's gonna get nailed by the super effective Air Slash. Yeah, Mega's gonna take some life orb damage, but no big deal. He's still asleep, doesn't wake up, doesn't get Shed Skin. He's gonna get the leftovers, but he's in the danger zone right now. Yanmega's gonna be able to finish him off. So he decides to bring him back and send out his Flygon. Yes, it is. So we've actually done this before, where Yanmega threw an Air Slash at Flygon, and it did like 2/3 damage, pretty good damage. Enough that he's easily in range of Scissor's Bullet Punch, so I'm no longer worried about Flygon. I need to preserve my Yanmega, like I said, for everything else. I was expecting either an Outrage or an Earthquake, so I sent in my Nidoking. He ended up going for Fire Punch, which ended up working out so nicely for me. I think he expected a Scissor switch, but I wasn't going to risk Scissor on something like that, so Nidoking actually tanks 2 of these, no problem. He's able to finish him off with an Ice Beam, so everything went better than expected at this point. I basically will send out Nidoking purely for sacrifice, and then whatever attack he wasn't using, if he was using Earthquake, I'd send out Yanmega. If he was using Outrage, I'd send out Scissor. But it didn't come down to either of those, so Nidoking is just continuing to do work, go for an Earth Power, manages to outspeed Porygon 2 despite the Choice Scarf. I get lucky with a crit here. I'm not convinced that it would have knocked him out without a crit. It would have been close, I think, but it's just the way things go sometimes. So here comes his Breloom. Again, Nidoking has done way more than his job at this point. I don't want to risk anything else to that Mach Punch, because it's going to do some good damage on everything I have left. So send out Yanmega. Like I said, he's double resistant to the Mach Punch. Breloom is double weak to the Air Slash, so it's a no contest. So he actually brings back his Breloom. I think he wanted to rack up additional Life Orb damage. That's the only thing that made sense about that switch. Yanmega's going to finish off his Scrafty without any problems at all. So Scrafty's going to go down. He's down to his final Breloom. So in the 5% chance that Air Slash misses, he'll still have a shot. But you see he's going to Mach Punch. Like I said, Yanmega's got the double resistant to it, which is nice. So he shrugs it off, no problem. Goes for the Air Slash and finishes the job. So another good game to all save the internets. This is, we keep going at it. He keeps getting closer and closer. I feel it. They've been really good lately, so I know you're going to get your badge sooner or later. So I wanted to highlight some of the good play on this one. The last ones, I mean, all three of our matches have been pretty interesting, but especially this last one with all the switches and a very good showing, I think, from Yanmega as well. I had that one video where I kind of highlighted him, but he hadn't done a whole lot of general work where he wasn't behind a quiver dance. So it was just a good showing by Yanmega, and that's about all I got for you. So as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time with some more gym battles.